Can you imagine the gut-wrenching panic that must have swept through the San Francisco 49ers organization when they first heard that their promising rookie linebacker, Nick Martin, had suffered a fractured thumb during an off-season workout? Picture this. You've just invested a third-round draft pick in a player you're counting on to fill a massive void left by a departed starter, and suddenly there's talk of injuries before he's even suited up for his first practice. Talk about a heart-stopping moment that could make any coaching staff question their luck. But here's where this story takes an unexpectedly positive turn that might just reveal more about the 49ers' next potential star than any combined workout or college highlight reel ever could. Sometimes the most revealing moments in a player's journey aren't the spectacular catches or bone-crushing tackles. They're the quiet moments of resilience when nobody's watching. The weight room warrior. When training becomes testing, Nick Martin's fractured thumb didn't happen during some reckless adventure or foolish mishap. It happened while he was doing exactly what every professional athlete should be doing in the off-season, pushing his body to its limits in preparation for the grueling demands of an NFL season. The injury occurred during weightlifting, which tells us something profound about Martin's approach to his craft. This wasn't a player taking shortcuts or avoiding the hard work. This was a rookie so committed to maximizing his physical preparation that he was willing to risk injury in pursuit of excellence. There's something beautifully ironic about the fact that Martin's dedication to strength training, the very thing that will help him survive the violence of NFL linebackers, temporarily sidelined him. According to Noah Furtado of the San Francisco Chronicle, the injury initially sparked panic among 49ers fans when offensive star Trent Williams mentioned it during team activities. Social media exploded with worst-case scenarios, doomsday predictions, and the kind of catastrophic thinking that comes naturally to sports fans who've been hurt too many times before. But here's the beautiful twist in this story. Martin's fractured thumb won't require surgery, won't sideline him from off-season training activities, and won't delay his preparation for training camp in July. What initially looked like a potential disaster has turned into nothing more than a minor speed bump on his journey to NFL stardom. The Dre Greenlaw shadow. Filling impossible shoes. To understand the pressure Nick Martin is facing, you need to understand what Dre Greenlaw meant to the 49ers defense. Greenlaw wasn't just a starter, he was a cornerstone of one of the NFL's most dominant defensive units. His departure to the Denver Broncos via free agency left a gaping hole that the entire organization is counting on Martin to fill. This isn't a situation where Martin can ease into a backup role and learn gradually. The 49ers selected him in the third round specifically because they believe he can step in and contribute immediately alongside All-Pro linebacker Fred Warner. We're talking about a rookie being asked to anchor one of the most complex and demanding defensive systems in the NFL. The weight of expectation is enormous, but Martin's response to that pressure has been nothing short of inspiring. Rather than being overwhelmed by the magnitude of his opportunity, he's embraced it with the kind of mature perspective that suggests he might be ready for this challenge. His comments, after being drafted, revealed a player who understands both the opportunity and the responsibility. He is the guy that I respect the most at the linebacker position in the league, Martin said about Warner. So it is an honor to work with him, learn from him, and be the guy next to him. And just play alongside him, learn and grow. I'm very excited to work with him. That's not the response of a player feeling pressure. That's the response of a player feeling privileged. The Fred Warner seal of approval. When greatness recognizes potential, Fred Warner's endorsement of Nick Martin carries weight that goes far beyond typical veteran-rookie dynamics. Warner isn't just any linebacker. He's one of the premier players at his position in the entire NFL, a defensive leader who has helped anchor championship-caliber defenses and earned all-pro recognition through his exceptional play. When a player of Warner's caliber takes notice of a rookie and speaks positively about what he's seeing, that's not casual praise. That's a professional evaluation from someone who knows elite talent when he sees it. I've seen his athletic ability flash on the field and the way he fills gaps, Warner observed last month. He fills gaps really quickly and already has the great mindset of wanting to learn. So I'm really happy with where he's at. Breaking down Warner's comments reveals layers of insight about what makes Martin special. The athletic ability Warner mentioned isn't just about speed or strength. It's about the kind of instinctive movement that separates good linebackers from great ones. The gap-filling ability he referenced is fundamental to modern linebacker play, requiring the kind of recognition and reaction skills that can't be taught. But perhaps most importantly, Warner highlighted Martin's great mindset of wanting to learn. In a league where ego and entitlement can derail promising careers, Martin's coachability and hunger for knowledge set him apart. Warner, entering his 8th NFL season, has seen enough rookies to recognize the difference between players who think they know everything and players who understand they have everything to learn. The Oklahoma State connection. Overcoming adversity. Martin's path to the NFL hasn't been without obstacles. He missed most of his final season at Oklahoma State due to a knee injury that likely affected his draft stock and contributed to his selection in the 3rd round rather than higher. For many players, that kind of setback could be devastating, a career-altering injury at the worst possible time. But Martin's response to adversity speaks volumes about his character and resilience. Rather than allowing the injury to define his narrative or limit his ambitions, he used it as motivation to prove that he belongs at the highest level of football. The fact that he was in the weight room, pushing himself to his physical limits, ultimately resulting in his thumb fracture, demonstrates the kind of work ethic that overcomes obstacles. The knee injury that cost him most of his senior season also provides valuable context for understanding Martin's current situation. He's already proven he can come back from significant physical setbacks and perform at an elite level. The fractured thumb, by comparison, is barely a blip on his radar. This experience with injury and recovery has likely given Martin a maturity and perspective that many rookies lack. He understands that professional football is a business of managing physical challenges while maintaining peak performance. That knowledge will serve him well as he navigates the demanding world of NFL linebackers. The perfect storm. Opportunity meets preparation. Sometimes in professional sports, the stars align in ways that create perfect opportunities for emerging talent. Martin's situation with the 49ers represents exactly that kind of convergence. A team with championship aspirations, a defensive system that maximizes linebacker potential, a veteran mentor in Fred Warner, and an immediate starting opportunity. The 49ers aren't asking Martin to revolutionize their defense or carry an impossible load. They're asking him to do what he's always done: read the game quickly, fill gaps aggressively, and make tackles consistently. The difference now is that he's doing it alongside some of the most talented defensive players in the NFL, within a system designed to amplify individual strengths. His fractured thumb, rather than being a setback, might actually serve as a reminder of his commitment to preparation and his willingness to push through minor obstacles. NFL coaches and teammates notice those qualities, and they form the foundation of trust and respect that every successful player needs. The injury also demonstrates something important about Martin's approach to his craft. He's not content to coast on natural ability or rest on his draft selection. He's actively working to improve every aspect of his game, even if that occasionally results in minor setbacks. The bigger picture, building championship defense, the 49ers' investment in Nick Martin represents more than just filling a roster spot. It's about maintaining the defensive excellence that has been the foundation of their recent success. The organization has built a culture of defensive dominance, and Martin represents the next generation of that tradition. His recovery from the thumb fracture, his approach to learning from Fred Warner, and his professional handling of the pressure to replace Dre Greenlaw all suggest that he possesses the mental and physical tools necessary to contribute to championship-level football. The fact that he'll be ready for training camp in July, despite the early scare, means the 49ers can proceed with their defensive preparations without missing a beat. Martin will have a full training camp and preseason to integrate into the system and build chemistry with his new teammates. As we head into the 2025 season, Nick Martin's fractured thumb might just be remembered as the minor obstacle that revealed the major character of the 49ers' next defensive star. Sometimes the most telling moments happen away from the spotlight in weight rooms and recovery sessions where champions are truly made. What do you think about Martin's chances of making an immediate impact with the 49ers? Can he really fill the void left by Greenlaw's departure, or are the expectations too high for a third-round rookie? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and give this video a thumbs up if you're excited to see how this story unfolds, because something tells me we're going to be hearing a lot more about Nick Martin very soon.